Guys, it is time for the college football playoffs. We made it. Year 2 in App State, we are in the playoffs. We're going to be playing against Tulane. This is what the playoff looks like. Seeing who we're going to be playing up against. I think Tulane is a very winnable matchup for us. But then we have to go play against the Bulldogs in Georgia, and that's going to be pretty tough there. So we'll have to see how that one goes. But hopefully we can at least get a win here, get us some playoff experience. But, you know, hey, I'm not going to give up. We're going to see if we can take this thing all the way. We've already upset some of those higher teams like Miami and Florida, so what's one more? Guys, I am super excited. This is our first legit playoff experience. Not just a bowl game, but playoff experience, as we're going to lose too. It's a real shame that Ryan Berger was not here to be able to witness this first playoff experience, but as we see, he has plenty of years left. He's going to get back there. But right now, it's just satisfying for Cameron Peoples to be able to get a chance to get something under his belt. And Christian Horn's been having a breakout year, so it's nice for him also to have something solid. And that's going to be a nice little option play, and we're going to get 9. See if we can pound the rock up the middle, and we will get the first. It's kind of real unfortunate that we're going to be basically away for the entirety of... Oh, gosh, that was a great play by the corner. We're just going to be away for the entirety of the playoffs, so it's going to be pretty challenging to win 4 in a row, basically. We're definitely going to need a lot to go our way if we're going to do that. And that's a great pass. Caden Robinson's going to get a first down for 18 yards on the C route. See how Brady McBride does really in his first experience. That is a wide open receiver in Eli Wilson, and he's going to be down for 22 more yards on a great play call. I don't know how he got rid of that pass. He got nailed as he let go of it, but it was perfect. See what we can do on first down then. And Brady's just going to fall forward. He gets 3 somehow on that play. See what we can pick up on second and short. Going to throw a nice little dump off pass to Christian Horn, and he'll pick up 10. I really like these jerseys with like the white out helmet portion. Like, it looks pretty sick, I think, anyway. Gets a nice 3-yard gain on the spin move for Cameron. If you guys didn't see that last video, Cameron Peoples having 7 rushing touchdowns in a game was just absolutely absurd. Like, he is just really cementing himself as a top-tier talent in this league. And he gets only 1 on the scramble. What do you guys think? Is Cameron Peoples going to be drafted into the NFL? Let me know. And if you think so, what round? Let's see what we can do on this one here. And that is just a terrible play call setup. I tried to see if we could get some sort of spin move, but he keeps getting stuck on his own offensive lineman and just ends the play short. See if we can just put up some points on the board, and it's right down the middle as we go up 3-0. The main thing I was most worried about is Tulane's defense. They are ranked top 15 in every single stat across the board, and they are ranked number 3 in multiple of them, including points allowed at only 16.5 this year. Now, yes, you have to take that with a grain of salt because they are in the American Conference, so they're playing a lot worse overall teams in general, so it should be a little simpler for them to allow less points if they're a good team. So it shouldn't be as bad as advertised. But with that being said, we still have to play hard because we don't want to lay egg. It's not what you want to do, especially in this spot. And that is just a terrible pass from Michael Pratt, and that's going to be a punt. Deshaun will get a chance to return this one, looks like, as he's going to get a lot of room. He's actually quite fast compared to the rest of this team here, and he's going to get pushed out after 37 yards. So after the electric return from Deshaun Davis, we are in a great position to start this drive. And that is going to be a good throw to Caden Robinson. He's going to pick up 15 and get knocked out of bounds. First down then on the next play. See what we can do, and just going to dump that out of bounds. Nothing doing there. What do you guys think? Any other players on this team do you think that are going to get drafted? Do you think Jordan Earl or any of the defensive players? Nick Ross, potentially? I would say I'd more or less be surprised if they were. If anything, they're going to be late rounds. Cameron Peoples is about the only one that I could see being a medium to high round just because he has a lot of records as far as team records go. Tim Cox making a great move for 17. He has a bright future, I really think, as a freshman. He's got 6'5" height over there. And he moves well. 1st and 10. See what we got here. And it is going to be a touchdown to Caden Robinson. Great play. And he gets his first catch in a while. Caden's been pretty quiet. So back to 1st and 10 after the touchdown. And that is almost intercepted. Amari, you could have went house with that. See what they have in store for us on the next down, as it looks like it's going to be some sort of, wow, nice job from Andrew Parker. Some sort of option, but it didn't do much at all. Their offense wasn't ranked poorly. It was just that their defense was ranked so well that it made you think about it. And that, he was leveled from Jordan Earl as he let that go, and it went nowhere. It's another punt. 8 total yards for Tulane. Our defense has been lights out. We're going to see about getting Christian Horn the ball on this little pop here. And nothing doing. Let's see what we got on this play again here on 2nd down. Oh, and that was the wrong route. I thought that was a streak, and that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible pass. No. All right, we're going to try to ignore that one. Apparently, we did not have a streak on that side of the field. I thought we did. It was a corner route, and we threw it a little bit too late then, theoretically. And it was right at the defender. So let's hope that doesn't increase their morale that much. Good pressure there, and they're going to have to throw that away. They're going 5 wide now at this point. Do they just not think that they can get anything here, and they're just going all out pass? Apparently. As Nick Ross is on the case, and that's a nice hit on the quarterback, but he's going to get 7 out of it. First quarter winding down quite a bit. Going to be thrown and almost intercepted by Milan Tucker. We need to catch these interceptions more, man. 4th and 3, they're going for a quite long field goal here. The kick is up, and it is, wow, right down the middle. I think he hit the hands in the middle of the field goal. That's incredible. So after the brain lapse there from Brady McBride, we are back on offense again, seeing what we can do this time. This Cameron's going to get about 4 yards as we're getting closer to the end of the first quarter already. So 2nd down and 6. Gonna throw it to Tim Cox, and he's going to make a nice catch for 4. We're going to no-huddle that, actually, I think. Throwing in a no-huddle every once in a while seems to be a pretty solid move in general. Going to be a good throw to Deshaun Davis, and he picks up 15 in a first. And we'll try back to a triple option here this time. It's going to be a good pitch off to Cameron Peoples, and he'll get 6. 2nd down and short. We're going to try to just hit him with a quick route to Miller Gibbs, and he'll make the catch for 15 more as they blitzed on that PA fake. We had to get rid of it fast, and we did. Brady made the right decision that time. We'll see what happens this time, as he's going to have a good run off to Cameron Peoples for 7. I always like this play setup where it's the run and then they fake it to the running back, but it almost never works for me. I only get 1 there. 3rd down and short. Going to throw it to Dalton Stroman, and he holds on for the first. I want to know how we have 10 first downs already. It's literally 2 minutes into the second quarter, but apparently that's all we needed. Gonna have a wide open Miller Gibbs. Can you please stop dropping the ball? Any tight end would be an improvement. If he holds on to that pass, we are at the 5-yard line, and that is just going nowhere. Might as well have thrown it out of bounds. The offensive coordinator is really liking this double pivot play. Perfect pass to Christian Horn for a touchdown. That was an amazing throw from Brady McBride. Let's watch this replay again. He just threw that on a dot right to the front pylon of the end zone. Beautiful play setup. We don't often run man when we have all these linebackers out here, but might be worth it. And all right, we only gave up 2 yards there. The incredible part for me is that they still have yet to get a first down in this game, and they have 3 points somehow. So that's what I want to know. Is pretty solid, actually. But a good catch, but it's still short of the first. We'll see what happens on 3rd and short. They're going to move the tight end out wide to have 3 guys out wide here. That is wide open. Absolutely wide open for Deuce Watts, Fat Watts, and he's going to make a fantastic play. Oh my gosh, Amari Filia, you went to the wrong address. There was no one home. One of those ones you definitely don't want to be on the not so top 10 list, but no, that one might be. That was a little rough. And Milan Tucker's almost going to get an interception. That was close. You don't want to mess around with the Tulane team. They have won 12 games, so they do know how to win games. And that is, oh my goodness, Ronald Clark. We got to wrap up, man. 3rd and 3. They are 1 for 4 on 3rd downs. And they're going to run this one, and Ronald Clark's going to be there to stop them. It's 4th and 2. And they are already going for it. I think they know what's in the water here. They're aware. And oh man, and he's going to get the first. He fought for it. Mike Mayhew laid out to see if he could reach that running back, but he just wasn't enough. Definitely an unfortunate first down there, as it was real close to being a turnover on downs. But it was not. Oh my goodness, Nick Ross. What did you just do? He got embarrassed by Iverson Celestine. Jeez, I don't even want to know if I want to see this replay. This cut move was filthy. Oh my goodness. So after that horrifying touchdown, we're going to be back on offense to see if we can get that lead back. Going to have a wide open Miller Gibbs, and he actually holds on to it for once. Good job, Miller. Trying another screen play here. Going to have that dump off to Cameron Peoples, and he's just not fast enough. Man, that really stinks when your running back can't outrun a lineman. See what happens on 2nd down. Going to have a wide open Miller Gibbs, and he's going to hold on to it. He's not going to be fast enough, I doubt, but he's going to be able to fight for multiple yards, and he's down to the 9. A 49-yard gain from Miller Gibbs. He was completely wide open. I don't know what the corner was doing over there. All right, let's see what we do here. It's just a quick dump off to Miller Gibbs, and he's going to get another 6. 2nd down and goal. Going to have a good throw to David Larkins, and it's a touchdown for Brady McBride, and we're back up to 24-10. So we'll see if we can have a better opportunity here on defense. So they're just going to do a draw and lose 3. We're assuming they're going to try to go down the field and score as fast as they can. And they're just going to run the ball off. And, oh my goodness, Michael Pratt just breaking tackles out there like he's in Pee-wee. Here we go. See what they have in store this time. They're going to throw it over the middle, and he missed them. It's 4th down. Well, we have about less than a minute to see if we can get down the field and see what we can do. As we're just going to dump that off to Cameron Peoples, and he's going to get a nice 10 yards and a first. We're going to no-huddle that. See what we can go for on the next play here. As we're going to have a wide open Deshaun Davis, and he gets a huge gain for 35. Trying to no-huddle it to get back on offense as quickly as we can, and just going to run with it with Brady McBride and run out of bounds to stop the time. See what we can do on 2nd down, as not much is open, and Brady McBride has a lot of room running, and he's pushed out of bounds after 11. I don't really know if we can afford to run the ball. I kind of want to run the ball once, but I don't know if we can do that timing-wise. Throws it to the end zone, and Eli Wilson gets the touchdown. That was a great quick read to be able to fire it into the tight end for a touchdown, and we are putting another one up on the board. So at the half, it is 31-10 App State. We might be running away with this one. So it's 1st and 10 for the first drive after halftime for Tulane to see what they will do with it. Michael Pratt's going to get hit pretty hard and against 9. So it's 2nd and 1. They're going to motion the tight end over and going to pick up the block. Excellent. And Jackson's going to get hit over the middle for 20 yards. He had one guy to beat, or else he was going to take that. That is what we get for trying to blitz. It wasn't the best play call there, and we paid for it. That's a quick pass, and they get nothing. Over the 50 now. What are they going to do? They're going to get sacked. Is that Ryan Simmons? He gets another sack. This man has been an animal as a freshman. And that sack is such a clutch sack to bring up a 3rd and long and out of field goal range. You can't really ask for anything better than that. That's just great. And that's just going to get knocked out as soon as he tries to release it, and it's 4th down. So back on offense again is Brady McBride. He's just going to try to throw it away, but he can't. And he's going to take a huge sack. Great time for the corner blitz, as they weren't expecting it at all and had no one to help them. OC wants us to hit something quick here. And that is barely fortunate enough to get that out in time. They have just been sending pressure after pressure after pressure in this one, and he's going down again. We tried to stay in the pocket, and it didn't matter, as I think it was Bucky Williams. He's always the one who gets destroyed. Yeah, it was Bucky Williams. He allows so many sacks. So the punt had a solid return, which gives them excellent field position to start this drive. They are some serious need of points, but Ryan Simmons is going to blow up that option play. And they're just going to scramble with it and get nothing really. So it is 3rd and 10. Can they pick up the first? They're going to throw it to, and Johnson's going to make the tackle, and it's short of the first. It was a bad pass from Michael Pratt, or else they could have had it. 4th and 2, and Brendan Harrington's going to get the TFL, and it's a turnover on downs. Excellent pursuit from Brendan Harrington to end that. See if we can get some running back into this game, as we've kind of strayed into the pass. But, I mean, rightfully so, because there are no running lanes right now. Looks like we're going to do some sort of... Oh, my goodness. Terrible play call. Jeez. They just let the whole defensive line in and then gave the ball to the running back. Well, we'll see what happens on 3rd and 15, I guess. Oh, that's bad. And that's going to get picked. That was too far to the right. We wanted to throw that straight down the hash mark, not in the middle of the field. But okay. That's rough. That is real bad. We do not want to be doing that, guys. And that is a throw and a good pitch and catch to Blake Gunter. I feel like I'm starting to feel some momentum start shifting here. I'm not a big fan of it either. We really need to nip that in the bud right now. Like, we cannot have them be gaining motivation. And that's a good TFL. Nick Hampton there. We do much, much better when we are staying in our 3-corner set. That is our bread and butter on defense. That is how we have good defensive showings, when we can stay in that formation. When we're forced into the linebacker set or the 4 wide, it's not ideal. Like, this looks like probably a pretty heavy run scheme over here. And that's a good pitch and catch, and he's going to stretch for the first. Good job, Lawrence Keys. We definitely had him tackled before the first, but he was able to stretch forward and get the first. Just enough. We'll see what they do on this next time. And they're just going to throw it out of bounds. See what we got on 2nd down and 10. And not much going there. It still gets 5 yards. It was kind of a deceptive 5. I really didn't think that was much. So 3rd and 5. Big play set up here. And they're just going to dump it off and not get much. They're going to lose 3. It's going to bring up a big 4th down decision here, as they're pretty much going to have to go for it. I mean, it's only a minute left in the 3rd. Shockingly, they are going for the field goal. Not sure I agree with the decision. I feel like I guess they just want points at this point. But it doesn't really make it any easier for them right now. This one could be a pretty good run to Christian Horn if they were able to get much, and they were all knew right where it was going, and we're going to lose one. 2nd down and 11 now. Going to scramble out of the pocket, and Brady McBride has a lot of space. He's going to fumble the football, and it's going to be... Oh, my goodness. It's almost returned for a touchdown. I was hoping he was going to be able to get out of bounds, and I think that's a live ball. So unlucky, but we cannot afford to try to challenge that when it didn't look super close in the first place. That is just so unfortunate. He's got to hold on to the ball better. 3 turnovers for him is outrageous in a playoff game. 31-13 is entering the 4th quarter, and Tulane is in threatening position after another turnover from Brady McBride, and it might be a doozy here at the end. Gonna drop back to pass. Not much going there, and trying to get a big hit on the quarterback, and they finally do, but he gains 6 yards. 3rd and 4 now, as they are getting close to deciding where they want to go, and it's a perfect pass, perfect play call. I mean, we had guys supposed to be in that exact area of the field running cover 2 underneath. I don't know where our middle yellow was, but he was not where he was supposed to be, and that's a wide open touchdown. So here we are. They're going for 2 on this one. And that is a perfect play again. I want to say they almost did the exact same thing a second time. And I don't know where Andrew Parker is. He's all the way over there for some reason, and I don't know why. All right, the turnovers, they're going to come back to bite us if we keep making them. If we make another turnover, I think that their momentum gets so far that it might be difficult to come back from. It's a good run for Cameron Peoples for 7. Our main goal in this game needs to be to just get out of it with a win. That's all we care about. Escape the game with a win. It's what we want to do. Gets the first good run. I don't care how we get that. We just need to get to it. And Cameron Peoples, good run. It really looked like it was going to be a broken play at first. Might try something a little bit risky doing one of these read options again. Especially if the quarterback takes a shot. But he's got excellent blocking. Brady McBride is going to have a huge gain. And he's all the way down to near the 15. He split the gap on that read option and was almost gone. A little faster and he would have been gone. So now that we're down to the 15 and still draining clock, that is the best case of all scenarios right now. Cameron's going to get nothing though. Just not quite fast enough to get through that hole. If I don't have to pass until the very end, that would be ideal. The least amount of pass plays, the better. Nate Noel's not going to get much of anything, though. So here we are, 3rd and 9. We're going to try to drain this a little bit more before we hike it. See what our quick read is and see if we can beat them over the middle potentially. See what we have in store for it. Really nobody open, and that's just unfortunate. It's going to be a 2-yard loss. I thought we were going to gain yards, actually. We just got to take the safe play, take the points when we can get them, and go back up by a bigger margin. So it is a 13-point game, 4 minutes left. They need to score more than once, and Michael Pratt's not going anywhere. Ronald Clark's going to be there for only a 1-yard gain. And to be honest, they could pretty much do that all day if they wanted to. I mean, that's fine for us. And they're not going anywhere again. Ryan Simmons is going to make the tackle. Somehow he falls forward for 4, but he was right there right away. It's 3rd and 5. This is a big down. They've already wasted almost an entire minute off the clock. And that is a great play as Keys is going to beat the press coverage. That was excellent play. Now 1st and 10 again for them as they're back into a bunch setup. They have a wide open running back, though, and he is completely open for 12 yards and a first down. We figured they were going to go back to the no huddle. We're going to try to switch to a zone defense here to do something else to confuse them a little bit. See if Mike Mayhew can get in there, but Jordan Earl's going to get the sack. He gets his 11th sack of the season as we're inching closer and closer to the school record for sacks. 2nd and 12. Clock is still ticking after the sack. And Michael Pratt's going to find an opening, and it is somehow caught. I need to pause and look at the replay on this. Guys, look at this. This was crazy. Right through Ethan Johnson's hands to their receiver who gets 1 foot in. Absurd. 1st and 10 again. Going to just dump that off, and Ethan Johnson's going to be there for only a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. It's going to be a play action fake. So they're going to run this one off and get a couple yards, and it's 3rd and short. 3rd down and 3. Going to just throw it over the middle, and it's incomplete. It's 4th down. So here we go. It is 4th and 3. They're going to run with it, and Nick Ross is going to be there for the TFL, and it's a turnover on downs, and that's going to most likely end it. All we need is a handful of first downs. I think we need maybe 2 first downs to be able to ice this one. Cameron's going to get 1. That is not helping. Definitely need to get out of our own zone. That would help. And on only another 1 yard, so just not doing anything right now. 3rd down and 8. And he's just going to throw that away, and it's incomplete. It's a punt. That was about the best punt I've ever punted in my life. It was from almost the goal line. That thing bounced forever. That's kind of crazy. And that is a good pitch and catch for 8. I mean, that's got to be like a net 80-yard punt. 3rd and 2. They got to pick something up. I mean, they got to score fast. They only have 1 timeout. It's just not super ideal for them in general. They're going way too small ball. They're going to run out of time before they even score once. Under a minute now in the game. And that is a good throw. It's a good throw to Bryce Bohannon, and he's going to get 18 yards. I don't know why they're in the Maryland I formation, basically, but... And he gets leveled. Ethan Johnson, what a hit. I mean, have they given up? Why do you run that play and then do a spike? I feel like you almost have to be giving up if you're doing that. Like, that's just such a weird play setup. And Mayhew's going to get in there, but not fast enough. And they're going to be short. It's 4th down. And Fat Watts is injured. They are going to no-huddle this. And wouldn't let me beat anybody else. And it's an incomplete turnover, and that'll end it. So that will end it. We will get our first win. Let's go. Win our first game in the college football playoff against Tulane. We expected that this would be a winnable game since we were pretty evenly matched in general as far as our stats goes, but super, super proud of our guys for playing well and doing what we needed to win the game. But overall, I mean, defensively, I think we had a pretty solid outing. I think our offense put us in some vulnerable spots, which allowed them to score more points than they could have or should have. And some of those turnovers that we had on offense limited the amount of points that we scored on offense. But we scored enough to win the game, and our defense played well enough to bail us out. So that'll work, but we definitely need to clean it up against the next battle. So for stats, Brady McBride, 22 for 28, 285, 4 touchdowns, and 2 picks. The 2 picks were terrible, but 4 touchdowns was a good day. Running-wise, we couldn't really get it going on the ground. I mean, we had a pretty even split between Cameron and Brady McBride, but nobody really popped off. Miller Gibbs, oddly enough, led our team in receiving yards. He normally leads our teams in drops, which he still did, but, you know. But look at that, Caden and Christian Horn getting touchdowns. There you go. Somehow Ethan Johnson led our team in tackles. That's a different one. Another 3 TFLs for Ryan Simmons. Solid play. A couple sacks was awesome. So after winning that last game against Tulane, we're now moving on to playing against number 1 ranked Georgia. Not looking forward to this one at all. This one's going to be tough. But looking around at the other scores, North Carolina beat UCLA 42-24 and moves on to play against Washington. Ohio State blanks South Alabama, which I'm shocked that they even made it this far. 23-0, we move on to play Kansas, and then Miami lost to Utah 42-28, and they are moving on to play against Florida State. So we will see how the rest of this playoff shapes up. Guys, look at the stats of Georgia's defense. They're like ranked second in everything, and their offense is ranked second also. They are just incredible. We will get a chance to return. We're going to receive first because we need to get them out of their momentum as fast as possible. Sean Davis having a nice little move. He's going to get 36 on the return. Luckily, this is a neutral site game. That's going to make a big difference for us. And Brady McBride not going anywhere as we're going to lose too. They're well disciplined so far. Wonder if we can beat them with a triple option play. Get them kind of moving around a little bit. And no. They are just swarming right now as we're losing even more. It's 3rd and long. So here we go on 3rd and 15. Gonna throw it and it's intercepted. Great coverage by the linebacker. Normally we're fast enough to be able to complete that pass, but they have some fast linebackers, I guess. Definitely underestimated the speed of the receivers, or not receivers, of the linebackers of Georgia, as they're quick. And that's a good run from Branson Robinson. They still have McConkey. They have Brock Bowers. I mean, this is a stacked team right now. And that is a good throw, and Amari Filia is going to make the tackle, but they're going to get 14 out of it, and they're moving well. The interception definitely gave them momentum. We maybe should have just not taken it. I didn't realize it was a neutral site game, and oh, that's not good. Huge hit, though, on Carson Beck. We need to wrap up back there, though. Nick Ross in a position to make a huge play, and we need to wrap up. That is gonna be, he's able to fight for the first. We really should have had him for no gain. See what they can do on 1st and goal then. Gonna run the ball nowhere, so they're gonna lose 2. And Ronald Clark is there for another TFL. Great defense so far to start this game against Georgia. We've been playing well. Gonna expect the pass. Gonna just dump that one off, and it's not gonna be enough. It's 4th and goal. Did we hold them? Looks like they are going for the field goal. We're gonna do the safe man just in case that they try to do something tricky here. And they actually almost missed that, but they do make it, so great defensive hold. Gonna see if we could try to just get to the 2nd level on this team, and we just can't. Only a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. Gonna just dump that off to Christian Horn. He gets mauled, but he holds on for the 1st. Good catch, Christian. We just gotta hope, we need to play our heart out. This is where the season ends or survives, and everyone needs to know that this is the game right here. Brady McBride having a nice gain of 18 yards on the scramble. You got to play your heart out in this game, especially all of you seniors. This is your last game. This could be your last game, and so you need to play all you can do right now. 2nd down and short. Gonna dump it off. Terrible pass. He overthrew him by a lot. It's 3rd down. I have a feeling we might like this play set up. And Deshaun's going to make the catch, but it's not enough for the 1st. Good coverage from the nickel corner. So the OC wants us to go for it. We're going to see what we can do, and Brady is not going to be able to do anything there, as it's an excellent blitz and it's a turnover on downs. Not often we get turnover on downs on our side, so we'll have to see how we can hold up to that. And that's a great play. I mean, we were all over him too, but apparently, the pass was just put in this perfect spot. This team is very, very good. Have a lot of studs, and that's a perfect pass. Brock Bowers is just unguardable. Jeez. He just torched him running straight. He's just so much faster than everybody else we have on our team. So after the touchdown to Brock Bowers, we're probably going to have to double team him the rest of the game. I'm just telling you that now, And Brady McBride, a good spin move, gets 10. See what we can do on 2nd down and inches. Oh my goodness, he floated that a mile high. That's a pick 6. That's a terrible pass. Jeez, there's no way that should be picked. The corner gets bumped off the line of scrimmage, and we throw a bullet pass immediately as soon as he gets bumped. And instead he throws a lob pass right to the corner that gives him enough time to be able to recollect himself, get out of the screen, and intercept it. Well, guys, we are definitely at a loss of what to do right now as far as offense. I feel like we're making the smart decisions on who to throw to, but... Oh, Cameron Peoples, that's a good run. He's going to fight for a good amount of yards, and he gets 20. Right now, their team is just very superior to us, and that is a good throw off because he was going to get sacked. Not really used to playing teams like this that are... Oh my goodness, we didn't have to throw that away at all. He got picked up. That's a heartbreaker. We tried to be cautious and to throw it away before it was a turnover, and geez, the pressure's insane. See what we can do, but down 17 points in the 1st quarter is not good. By any means. Wide open. I don't know who in the world's supposed to be covering him, but he wasn't even on the field, I'm pretty sure. It's also times like this that injuries are super unfortunate. Ryan Berger, does he make enough of a difference there? That's a fumble. And they're gonna somehow, are they gonna gain yards? No, okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, they should not be gaining yards on that. Good strip sack, though. Guess we might just have to come after him all game here. We need to make sure they have no time and see if that, makes a difference or something. But gonna get pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard gain. Just wide open running lanes. Question is, they're just that much better than us, and that's the problem. That's a good TFL, and that's gonna bring up a punt. We do get a stop. Let's get some momentum changed here. All right, let's see what happens on this next one here. Gonna have a wide open receiver, and Dalton Stroman's gonna make the catch. He didn't have enough arm on it, or else it would have been so much better. That was definitely a really long throw, though. It was a far throw, so can't blame him too much on that one. It was across the whole field. And Cameron Peoples is gonna get a nice little run for 7 yards. We've been behind in. Oh my! What happened? We've been behind in games similar to this before, so it's not uncommon for us to have to be able to deal with something like this. Jeez, they deflect everything at the line. I can't even pass the ball. One of these ones where we pretty much need to try to go for it again here and see if we can pick something up. Gonna have a throw, and it's a catch to Christian Horn. He's got tons of space, and he's finally taken down at the 10. A fantastic play from Christian Horn to get just enough separation because he's going against a really, really good corner. Looks like potentially some zone coverage here. Are they going to be able to throw that one? It is caught to Christian Horn down to the 3. We actually ended up getting down to the 2. It's going to be Caden Robinson's attempt here to make a man miss. He doesn't really get anything. It's still 3rd and 1. They're really crowding that line. We're going to see what we can get, and he's going to get in. Cameron Peoples will put us on the board after the defensive stop. So there's some life coming back. We have on 1st down for Georgia. We really need to hold them here and see if we can maybe put up some more points before the half to draw this lead a little bit closer. I mean, a 10-point lead is not insurmountable, but it is definitely not ideal going into the half. So we'll see what we can do. And, wow, he's just going to get trucked. But we will make the tackle before the 1st, so that's solid. Haven't really had a blitz so far this game, so we're going to try to do it here. And he makes the play. He makes the excellent play over the middle. So I don't know how the receivers get that far that fast. And that man on a drag route was already at the other hash in half a second. And good tackle. Good tackle. Only 2. Gonna have a play action fake. And oh, Ethan Johnson. You gotta catch that, my man. Just imagine if Ethan Johnson catches that. This place erupts. 3rd and 8. DJ Van Hook's gonna get the interception. And he's got some running room to see if he can run that back. He's not fast enough for it, but it's a great interception from the senior. See what we can pick up here on 1st down then. Not really much, and that's just going to be a loss of 1. I mean, we were really hoping one of our receivers was just going to go break up field because nobody was doing it. But that's a good throw. Christian Horn, he dropped it. Sir, you got to catch that pass because you could still be running. Dropped passes are hurting bad right now. And that's going to be a throw, and it's just incomplete, deflect at the line. We literally have 6 or 7 people in the backfield every play. Drops have really been killer for us, consistently killer for us, both seasons so far. And that's tough. Because we really need to not have that be our issue. Good tackle, Nick Ross. I mean, this is really a whole different ball game. He catches that pass. And that's a good stand-up tackle from Brendan Harrington. Right now, it kind of seems like morale's getting a little bit more even. And that is a catch and short of the 1st. It's 4th down. All right, we'll try again on offense here. Going to throw a good pass. Deshaun Davis is going to hold on. Great hit by the safety, but he was able to hold on to that pass. Just up over 80 yards now, which is kind of crazy. Let's see what we have on 1st down then. And can't get the block. David Larkin's not fast enough to even lay a finger on him. 2nd down and 6. Gonna have to... Jeez, there's no time at all. There was pressure from the middle. I tried to scramble out, immediately pressure there, and just takes a huge sack. One looks more or less like man coverage across the board here. It's a good throw to Deshaun Davis, and he can't quite get the juke in time, but it's 4th and short. Question is, 57 yards for the field goal is just not able to be done. Gonna throw... Oh, my Lord. Wide open receiver, and he threw an errant pass. Even set his feet first. Wide open Christian Horn, and you miss him on 4th down. We can't draw up a better play than that, and this is just... This is tough. I mean, we have dropped passes on third down that end in us not getting anything and turning it over on downs. We have an inaccurate pass that ends up turning it over on downs. I mean, we could be putting up another 14 points right now and have the lead going into the half. I mean, this is rough right now. And we're just going to hold them again there, which is solid. Might have to call our timeouts here pretty soon. See what they do on this play. Don't want them to convert. And oh my, missed tackles ends in first down. I mean, we are absolutely used to that storyline. That has been the storyline of our team entirely. And oh my goodness, why is he so wide open? They might actually just straight up score here before the half. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them from all the opportunities that we've had that we've missed because of drops or inaccurate passes in this game. I mean, I don't blame them for trying to put up some more points on the board because we're fumbling our opportunities. After the good pickup, Mayhew's going to get a chance to try to rush them and won't do much because we'll gain 6 on the quick pass. I don't know. We try man, we try press, we try all kinds of stuff, and that's wide open, and that's a touchdown. That was a great route from Arian Smith for the 3rd time in a row. Basically the same play. Just destroying him whether it's man or zone. So at the half, 24-7, we're going to need a miracle. Our team's going to have to start showing up. So here's Georgia's next attempt at trying to put up some points as they're going to get a nice 5 yards on the toss. 2nd down and 5. They're going to run with it, and they're somehow going to pick up almost the first. Wow. This one, I don't know. It's pretty tough. It's going to be one of those ones where it's like we just need slightly better players. That's our problem. Their team just has so many 90s that it's tough to compete. And Brendan Harrington and Milan Tucker are there for a TFL. So really, just kind of a tribute to some of the last snaps of some of these guys. Nick Ross, his last game as an App State Mountaineer. And he overall, I feel like he had a pretty solid career for us. He was one of our safety leaders on defense. Another couple, Jordan Earl, Hansky Palient, both D tackles, also had a pretty solid career. More towards the second half of the career. And an interception from Brendan Harrington. And he's going to break a tackle. It looked like he was going to dive for a minute, and he's injured. Well, okay, I don't even know what just really happened there, but excellent play from Brendan. We got to capitalize on this, guys. We can't let them... Okay, perfect. Caden's going to get a nice gain. We're going to no-huddle that. We need to get a little faster. We need to score. We need to have mismatches. Whatever we got to do to put something up on the board here. Let's see what we can do here. And just going to try to run with it, and he's going to lose 3. Just some hip bursitis for Brendan Harrington. He will be back in the game. That is great news for us. And just nobody open. They have excellent coverage on pretty much every single play. You just don't often see really anybody open to even try to do something with. And Cameron Peoples is going to fall just short of the first. It's 4th and 2. I feel like we got to go for this. Don't mind this play set up here. I hope we can just not keep it. And we do keep it, but we get the touchdown. That's huge. Absolutely huge for us. Brendan Harrington was the sole reason we even have a chance in this one right now. But yeah, so I mean, after that touchdown, that's huge. But you guys are going to have to let me know, what senior on defense do you guys think had the greatest impact for us, especially this season and in even the first season too? I mean, I would say I would have to say Nick Ross, but Jordan Earl of late. Jordan Earl really makes it a tough decision at this point because he's been just playing so well this year. And Nick Ross has been still kind of up and down. I mean, he's been our better safety, but he has had some times where he's missed some plays. Jordan Earl, at least, has been pretty consistent. He was pretty absent the first season and then pretty consistent all year, too. So that part is also really nice. So, I might have to say Jordan Earl, actually, in the end, after thinking about it for a little bit. On offense for seniors, I mean, Cameron Peoples is one of the first names to come to mind. Brady McBride comes to mind. Also, the entire offensive line. Yes, literally the entire offensive line. All 5 of them are seniors. And Miller Gibbs. So I feel like I'd have to for sure say Cameron Peoples is my guy on offense that I would say has had the most impact as a senior. But overall, I mean, we've had a lot of impact from a lot of the seniors on this team. So we are back to another one of those 10-point games. That's a wide open Noel, and he's going to fight forward for 6. So we'll take that. Unfortunate that his change of direction was about the speed of a Mack truck, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers on that one, so we'll take it. Oh, Dalton, how do we only gain 2 on that? This one might be a little bit risky depending on what it is, but it's wide open to Christian Horn. And the spin move wasn't enough to break the tackle, but it was a huge gain as he was completely wide open. Let's see if we can hit him with a little screenplay here. Jeez, we cannot. Lose 7 immediately. That's terrible. Well, we have Everett out here for some reason. We normally have somebody else. Gonna throw it to Cameron Peoples, and he's gonna get a nice gain of 15. Good play. Good throw from Brady on the run. I mean, that's kind of typically what we want. When we scramble out, we're not really looking to run the ball every time. Like, it would be more ideal if we could just have somebody turn up field, and so I could throw it to them. 1st and 10 now. Gonna throw it to Miller Gibbs, and he's gonna fight for another 18 yards and a first down. It's a risky pass, though. We are now threatening inside the red zone against Georgia. Can we put up something? Gonna lose yards. We got on 2nd down and 11. Gonna throw that one quick to Christian Horn. He's gonna break a tackle and get 10. Just want to run this thing up. I kind of want to move to the other side since there's only one defender over there. And we'll just fall forward for the first down, and we're going to keep the chains moving. See what we have here, and just going to throw it to Caden Robinson, and it's a touchdown. A great play as we are slowly coming back. So this is back to a game again at this point, as it's only a 3-point game. They're going to run the ball to their running back, and he's going to fumble the football. Ryan Simmons is going to pick it up, and we're down at the 20. I don't know who forced it. Was it Amari Filia? No, it was Andrew Parker. No, it wasn't Filia. Yeah, it was Amari Filia. When you get a takeaway like that, you really just want to take a shot to the end zone. I don't know how smart it is. And wow, I literally didn't even try to get to the end of my drop before I threw that pass, and he was already sacked. Jeez. We are into the 4th quarter. See what we can do here. Oh, that's going to be unfortunate. He can't even get it off. Jeez. This is insanity. The pass rush is insane. Look at this. Literally everyone's through already. 3rd and 27, and we're going to have to pick up something or else we're not even going to be in field goal range. And that is a good throw, and it's going to get intercepted. Is that actually an interception? There's no way that's an interception that's 100% on the ground. We got to challenge it. We're going to challenge that interception. That's for sure on the ground. Look at that. That's 100% on the ground. There's no way they let this stand. It stands. Are you kidding me? I want to know right now in the comments, does that stand? Is that just me? I feel like that is not just me. That is ridiculous play. That will forever go down as one of the most controversial calls in our entire season. Carson Beck, for some reason, outrunning everybody in the field. Well, we're going to have to make some sort of play here or hold him to a field goal because this could not be good. Doesn't get much on that run. I mean, I guess we didn't really have to challenge it because it wouldn't really have done much, but it did change whether we got a field goal or anything. And that is a good catch. That's a real good catch. Well, they really can't get much of anything else if we're going to be holding them for a field goal. Oh my goodness. He is like 15 speed faster than Mari Filion, because I don't know where he was. And they're just apparently going to go right on down the field. And we're going to try to make a tackle, but he somehow powers forward for 5. Really, any touchdown here is going to make this very, very difficult. And just a great effort from Carson Beck to just absolutely not be denied. So here we are. I mean, this is the season in the balance right here. We got to do something. Gonna throw it, and it's almost intercepted. Amari, you have to catch that. If you catch that, that's a pick 6. The drops have been murdering us today. It really could be a much different game. And that's going to be out of bounds for nothing. 3rd down and goal now. And he's going to throw it off to the running back, who's not going to get enough for the touchdown, and it's 4th and goal. They're indeed going for the field goal. It's going to give us a chance. The kick is up, and it is good, and it's a 6-point game with just under 5. Deshaun's going to have a real short kick to field this. And he trips his own player, and we're going to be starting on our, 6. Could this even be a worse starting position, period? And Cameron Peoples has a ton of space. He's got so much room. I don't think he's going to be quick enough, though, as he has a fantastic gain. He actually might be able to take this thing all the way. He's down to the 2. A huge gain for Cameron Peoples, as he just took the team and put him on his back and ran all the way for 90 yards. He basically ran out of stamina, or else we would be looking at a 95-yard touchdown run. That'd be ridiculous. Try to milk a little bit more clock here. We need to guarantee we get in, though. That's the worst part about it, is here we are in. All right, Nate Noel puts the points up on the board as we drain off about a minute of clock. The extra point for the lead, and it is good. All right, what is in store for us this time, as Georgia's going to start with the ball again on offense, and that's a great tackle from Brendan Harrington. We knew that they were going to try to cut back field, and we were able to put a stop to it. So it's 3rd down, and the clock is still running, as they're going to run the ball again, and Braden Harrington's going to make another tackle. It's 3rd and 6. It is a pass for sure. Gonna get sacked. Mike Mayhew is going to be so clutch with that sack. It's going to bring up a punt. I'm surprised they're not going for it, but I guess it is a 4th and long. For some reason, they're kind of draining a lot of clock. Unless they're planning on faking this. In that case, I might just start bringing everybody back. Alright, they did not fake it. So, I don't know why they did what they did. And Deshaun Davis is going to have some nice speed, and he has a great return just outside the 40. So we'll see what happens on the next play here, as Cameron's going to have a little bit of space, and he gets a nice 6 yards, and they're going to call a timeout. We ideally just want to run clock here. That's all we want to do. And he's going to dive for the first. Great job by Cameron Peoples to get that first. I don't know if that quite ends it, but it does make it pretty close to that. As that's a good run up the middle for Cameron Peoples. He gets 8 yards. We're up over 2,000 yards on the season now. We're going conservative on our carrying now, because we're really just at the point all we want to do is get a 1st down. And 3rd and inches. This is it right here. We get the first. We should be able to ice this game. And he will get the first. They're going to give him the marker. There's no time left. We're going to be able to go ahead and just knee this thing out. A fantastic comeback. I really was low on my hope that we were going to be able to come back and beat this Georgia team. But our defense, led by Brendan Harrington, honestly, was the guy who was able to turn this around. He got that huge interception earlier that really turned the tide, that we were able to just score the points we needed to be able to win the game. And we're going to be moving on as we just knocked off the #1 seed in the college football playoff. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But, I mean, yeah, how we started that game, I really did not think that this is how it was going to end for us. I really thought that we were going to just get blown out of the water. But we showed some grit, some toughness, and we really stayed in the game. Looking at our stats, I mean, Brady McBride did not have a good day. 16 for 28, 206, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. He got sacked 6 times. He was just under duress all game long. It was rough to play quarterback against them. But Cameron Peoples, 158 yards on 15 carries. He had a 93-yard run. And that was the difference maker. I mean, that literally right there put us in a position to win the game. And so he was just absolutely clutch for us. 110 after contact. Oh, Christian Horn having 82 yards receiving. He really showed up as well as one of our biggest threats, though he had 2 drops, and those were pretty crucial drops. Nick Ross, again, leading our team in tackles. Ronald Clark right there with him. But Mike Mayhew had a couple TFLs. We had a lot of TFLs just kind of spread about throughout the whole defense with sacks from Palliant and Mayhew. But DJ Van Hook having a good interception. It was kind of just a terrible pass, but Brendan Harrington just made a great play on the ball. So guys, after beating Georgia, upsetting Georgia, to be honest, I mean, I'm still completely baffled how we won that game. But we're going to be moving on to play against North Carolina in a rematch of when they just completely spanked us earlier in the season, as they defeated Washington 42-35. So we're gonna be going back to play them again. Kansas knocks off Ohio State, winning 24-17, and Utah upsets Florida State 27-21. So that is your Final Four. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments who is gonna make it to the championship and who do you have as your winner. Looks pretty promising, but we'll have to see how that one goes. So until then, why don't you check out one of these videos?